So everybody keeps asking me, what challenge do I have with Monday Okpebholo being governor? Why? Obaseki has failed the Edo people, blah, blah, blah. Oh, we have tried this. Bakomiza, he needs to come and do this, blah, blah. Look at them and I said, very clearly, irrespective of the stand you have about Obaseki, right? Today is not the video to talk about Obaseki's achievement or non-achievement. But I will need to continue to remind you that every time you lower the bar, right, the positions will take it lower further. Every time you lower the bar, they lower it further. If the people decide not to uphold what we call principles and values, people decide not to uphold what will be the pillars that hold the society together, they decide to reduce it by any minute opportunity, whether in the character, in the competence, in the commitment, and in the capacity of the leader that they want to seek. The political class will further take it further. They will take it further, deeper into the ground. That's what we get. For example, if as Christians you lower the bar of what Christianity should be, you do not know God for yourself. You begin to seek native doctor-like Christianity, where you rather want to have somebody solve your problems for you, not in the sense of substituting God, but not knowing God for yourself and being able to handle your own personal journey with God. You are going to meet pastors who will exploit you. And that's why when we talk about pastoral exploitations and gimmicks, let's not forget that it is a greedy, a failing Christian that an exploiting pastor means. So, you see, for a greedy Christian who do not understand how to work with God, do not know God for himself, according to what the Bible said, right? It's there in Daniel. Know God for yourself. Clearly. So if you do not do that, you are going to meet a pastor that will exploit you. Same way if a society refuse to uphold what the pillars of growth and development of society should be, the political class will exploit it. And Akpakomiza's governorship will give room for an agberolistic ideology of running the system. And in future, we have people walk out of dungeons, of gutters. In future, we have people walk out of gangs. People walk out of courts. People walk out of beer parlors and say they want to become governors. Because you have allowed someone like Akpakomiza, who do not know his left from right, to being governor at a point. We lower the bar. If a society wants to truly be a society that is moving forward and pursuing its target, whether or not it takes 20, 30 years, if you begin to ensure that the character, the capacity, competence, and commitment of the leaders that come before you are things that you are proud of, then you have a chance to get in there. But at any given time, for example, I want to become governor of Edo State. And I have seen that the society that we belong to have had progressive government, from Adanso Shomole to Godwin Obaseki. Now I have an ideology that's going to go and build a level of capacity. I need to go and be able to get involved in certain works done. So I'm going to build my capacity. And then suddenly, in between this journey, you cut it short and you bring somebody like Monday Okpebholo, Bakomiza, to becoming governor. What you may have done, involuntarily or unconsciously, is that you have changed the narrative. You have destroyed the progress. You have taken this away. And that is what happened to us when we allowed Muhammadu Buhari. Without any certification, without any known thriving business, without any progressive input to national discussion and development, he became president because we hated Goodluck Jonathan. Look at who has taken over from him. Somebody who is now more shrouded in deceit and manipulation, whose whole life, his own life has been a mirage, has been a lie. His own life has been a lie. From family to growing up to childhood to teenage to education to career, everything lies. It's going to get worse. Yes, it's going to get worse. So for the sake of that, it has become quite very necessary for us as Edolites not to lower this bar, allow somebody like Monday Okpebholo become governor. I say it everywhere I go. You don't like Obaseki, that's fine. But the fact is, we have to move forward. It has to be a forward agenda. We now have to choose who has a better capacity. If all these guys want to be governor, it's not that sentiment. If all of us decide to play around who is closer to us, who we can collect from, who we can have access to, we know what to do. I said this in presidential election. Some of you thought I was joking. I had access to working with Atiku Abubakar, but at that time, Peter Obi was a better picture of the Nigeria that I saw that was presented and I followed. Now I'm saying, as I talk to you, Monday Okpebholo doesn't even have a picture, let alone presenting any picture. Allowing him become governor is calling. And guess what? Guess what? The enemies of the society, the enemies, I'm telling you about the cultists, the robbers, the agberos, the thieves, the manipulators, all of them would want someone like Monday Okpebholo to become governor because it aids their own agenda of also having a society. Was it not in this state that somebody celebrated 1 billion naira that was taken away from people's sweat? It was in this state. It was in this state where gangs were shooting sporadically during the day because they were fighting for revenue that is supposed to be of the state. Revenue that was supposed to be of this state. People were fighting, they were using guns and all forms, they were checking each other with cultists to it was do or die. It was a do or die. A man came, he may not be perfect, but he tried to create reforms and sanity in that system. At least as I talk to you, no single individual is anywhere on social media saying that they threw my wares away because I did not pay revenue. It has been digitalized. So I'm asking, don't take it from me. Ask the street, who is better off to take it from this place? It is a battle race. You don't run. You see videos. You saw videos of how somebody was running effortlessly, running 440. My mother used to say 440. Got to a point and get to that person. He gave to the next, to that person, took it back. See, when you are taking it back, you are taking the economy back. You are taking progress back. You are taking morals back. You are taking values back. You are taking principles back. You are also taking the pillars of the society back. You are taking leadership back. Some of these guys are not happy. Like we said in the presidential election, allowing a new leader gets to power, right, would create a new trajectory. No, I not go speak. We create a new trajectory of what leadership we are going to be seeing moving forward. Yes. Oh yes. When some of us campaigned for Godwin Obaseki, we knew that a Godwin Obaseki's led government will hand over to somebody who will even be better than him in capacity, in influence, in commitment, in competence, and in character. It's a progressive journey. Now, when Buhari took over power, imagine Godwin Jonathan, that was a PhD holder in a lecture university, gentleman, a Democrat, allowed Buhari to take over. Buhari took over power. Look at who he has handed over to. Nepotism has been rebutted. He's taking nepotism to another level. He's employed the worst and the worst of leaders. If somebody said on TV some days ago, if you have 45 ministers and you can only use your fingers to count 1, 2, or 3, that's a failure now. That's a failure, total failure, right? It means they're taking incompetence, that's taking political arithmetic and propaganda beyond societal solutions and economic upliftment. More. You are seeing all this now. This is not grammar. I'm telling you, these are practical illustrations that are in the street. Now, it's going to get worse. Tinubu too is not going to hand over because, of course, they have to retain power. Power has to be in a circle. He's going to give it to somebody who is in him, who will also take it a bit further in the direction. Now, in Edo State, and now that social media government over to Obaseki, it's only normal to ask who has a better pedigree, a better CV that can even be better than whoever has governed us in the last 20 years. I will take it further. No, don't take my word for it. Does Monday Okpebholo, this dull guy, does he have that CV? Does he have the capacity? Has he proven to you in any means, apart from hatred and protest that he's seeking? Does he look like that person that can represent that image that can take Edo further? No. The political class are angry that Obaseki is taking government away from them. A few institutions are angry that government is leaving them. The control that they used to have is certain is not coming. So gradually what they are doing now, they are happy that the narratives in the street is that they don't like the man. And because of that, you want to give it to a dull person who will not take power back to them. In another 20-25 years, we'll be yelling and crying because of this journey we're about to take if we are not smart. Oh Lord. See, again I come back with that language. The trajectory of what we have moving forward. Some of your children are going to school. Some of your children are going to build capacity. Some persons are developing competence on how they want to help leadership, how they want to help society. Now we are giving government to a man who doesn't have a single level of capacity. The only thing he has is that he is a senator that got there by protest votes, and they want to give him governorship. What that means is that the agberos, the gangs, the robbers, the cultists, everybody in the street who do not have any level of value to society will be waking up, because now you don't near them. I'll tell you this story. In one of my former churches where I belong to, the pastor at one singular time appointed a leader in the youth ministry who was a prayer warrior. A prayer warrior. The guy used to pray and pray. That's what the guy is. When that guy was appointed, what I noticed, and the picture is playing in my head now right now, is that when the guy was leaving, they handed over to another prayer band leader to take over. The theme of the youth ministry changed to a praying youth. Technically, the name was still there, shining and blah, 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 to a praying youth. It was not a praying situation. After several years, the new pastor came and then said, this praying youth, when it's time to do your annual convention, you cannot do anything. But you pray. How come results are not coming? In your lives, I'm checking. Some of you do not have tangible results, so to speak. So he said there was a problem. We will now begin to have these prayer leaders who help the spiritual life, because if they believe that if you are praying, you will not be committing sin. As vice president, we now look for a creative person who is in the marketplace to be new president. Use your tongue to count with it. Moving forward, the growth of the youth ministry began, because you know why? Everybody you hand over power to, you create a new trajectory. I think they use this English. You create a new line. You create a new framework. You create a new bridge. You create a new journey. You create a new road for people to pass. So it becomes people of that same nature, that same mentality, that same sense, that same understanding, that same principle, that same ideology, and moves forward from there. But if you want to really get solutions, you want to really have solutions, you also look for people who are solution driven, who have mentality of goal setting and progressiveness. You give them power. It also means that the progression will come. Don't you see who Obaseki is giving ticket to? And that's when without who by way of analogy, people are saying that is even smarter, more influential, more economically driven, more impressive, a richer CV, so to speak, than Godwin Obaseki. So when Akumi's a lead officer has gone, he hand over to Kabaka. Una decrease.